can do that anytime
I
you want.
called,
Right.
I called them yesterday.
Yeah.
She's already got the bill coming in one bill.
And they're gonna put all the 4 bills in one bill to the town of Dunbarton. And I
Okay.
just break it out by numbers,
Yeah,
like I do the
well, we're gonna
Verizon
put it
bill.
into one line item in the town
But whatever you
building
do-
budget,
Yeah.
But then we have to reduce the
each of the
$570,000 by, you know,
Mhm.
$1,200, so
Yeah.
he'll be $482,000.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
Who's that you're talking about?
I'm just saying the highway has a
Highway
flat
doesn't
number.
have a GSI, do they?
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't, but in general, when
But
you're
the
looking
police
at all
department-
their
police
accounts,
department
all their
transfer
bottom
fire
line
and
numbers,
those.
now I've gotta go and pull, you know, 1,200 out of there, 1,200 out of there, and.
Yeah. I know.
But either way, I can do it on the bill, it's,
It does work very nicely the way it works right now, but if the board wants me to consolidate the number,
That's what
Ted
they're
go,
talking about.
whoa,
No, yeah, that's what you guys talked about, so
Yeah.
bring
No,
it
yeah,
up.
no, no.
If you don't wanna do it, that's fine. I don't see the big
it's just
deal.
an account number, it's an
If it
accounting
was saving
thing.
us money, I'd say, yeah, let's do it.
Right.
The charges are gonna be the same.
the same, they're
no,
all
it's just
one
a
bill.
question of where
Mhm.
it's bucketed, that's all.
Right.
I just split it out just like I do the Verizon bill.
If you guys wanted to put one account number to each department, we would be very happy.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Hit the bill, hit that one account number,
The same number?
yeah.
Well, that way you just wouldn't have the line items, you know,
Right,
it'd be real simple, it'd just be one, you know, this would be a one-page budget.
yeah, there you go.
You can just,
Probably DRA doesn't want you to do that.
probably not.
Okay,
Okay, I'll do my best.
Well,
Anyway, the next bill's gonna be all in one bill.
I mean, if you can make it happen, great, if
I'm
it's
not sure, I'm so stressed right now, you have no idea. I've gotten 3 annual reports from people so far. 3. They're due next
I'm
Friday.
working on mine. I got
They're due
thirty
next
done.
Friday.
Did you next Friday? Oh,
Yeah.
that's good enough.
I gotta get mine done.
And
Me too.
usually I see them trickling in before then,
Yeah,
because I'm trying to
But
concentrate
you're
and
concentrating
juggle.
on the budget, so I think,
good.
well, I'll leave her alone.
okay,
Well, we'll have to send out a,
I'm
blast.
planning, that's one of my memos
Behavior.
tomorrow,
Hmm.
just a reminder.
Don't send me none, it's half done.
mine's started.
I got 2, 3.
I'll put it this way, if you can get to it and it happens, great, if it doesn't, we're not gonna sweat the small stuff.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, like I said, it's not really saving us money, it was just
No, it's
more,
not
it's just
saving
more
us
of a
An accounting thing.
accounting thing, so we could
Yeah.
take in, you know, it's all there, so we don't have to go hunting back for it.
See, the perfect scenario with this software is if, had they set it up properly, there would be a 2-digit or 3-digit series within the GSI, that if you said, I wanna see how much we spend on internet,
Internet,
and
it
I
would all
can
come
pull
up
those
as one
3
number.
numbers, and it would hit everybody's
Mhm.
account, but they
Right.
didn't do that. They didn't do that when we bought it.
So why don't you tell them to do it?
It's us, we have to do it, so.
Oh, we do?
We
Oh,
set it up the way we want, so the previous
I don't know, I
administrator.
wonder if we can ever change it.
Oh, you can, but it's
You
a
can.
lot of work. You have to tie the history to the old number to the new number, and then if you're talking about 5 different accounts or 4 different accounts, then all those have to be tied
all of
into.
it, yeah.
It's just a lot of work.
There's no reason why everybody's telephone shouldn't have the same ending code number.
Oh, yeah,
But they're all
in a
different.
perfect world, it would,
I mean, I remember the state system, it was very simple.
No,
I can still remember the accounts numbers now.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, well, we keep put that on the parking lot list to do, and maybe eventually, you know, it could happen.
You mean the GSI thing?
No, I mean, actually redoing the whole structure.
Oh.
Yeah, cause I've done that with a database that I have for fuel, I mean, we completely, it was haphazardly put together, and we said, okay, beginning of the fiscal year, this is the way it's gonna be, and we actually did a complete database conversion. And it's been working fine, you just gotta have to keep the historical. It is work, I'll
Okay.
grant you that, but, you know, if it makes life a lot easier in the future for the next generation,
Right.
you know, especially for accountability, it may be worthwhile to look into.
What's next?
Well, we can do that during the summer when everything's slower.
oh, yeah.
Alright, this.
Well, these numbers right now, I'm coming up at 18,983, and I'm sure I missed a few, so.
Well, we'll have the final numbers, will be, by next week, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Is there anything else for the budget while we're here?
How did you wanna handle the changes on the rec committee? I need some
Oh,
solid
rec
numbers, I
committee,
need to move forward here. I have to enter this into the DRA, I've gotta get it into my town report. I have to-
Alright, rec committee.
Well, the first thing I thought, that whole own day, whereas they were made an official town committee,
Mhm.
they should have their own budget, that should be taken out of the recreation budget. And a new category started for whole own day. And fireworks.
But it sounds like with this software package, it's
It's-
more difficult than it.
Yeah, it
What
sounds
I
like-
can do in the future for the rec committee is give them the first 6 numbers, and only give them that for their budget. Ask them to report back to the board on basketball, softball, Christmas, Easter, and rec. And then keep those other accounts out of their totals.
And Memorial Day, there's two. The two that shouldn't be in their budget is whole own day and fireworks.
And Memorial Day.
No, they have.
No, why wouldn't Memorial Day stay where it is?
It's not really right, is it? I mean, it's just for.
They're the ones, I don't know what they do, but what do
They
they
hire a
do?
But
band,
technically, Old Home Day is a rec event, so it should be in this category,
Yeah,
this
but-
account.
but they hire a band, and that $300 is for the band, isn't it?
Yeah,
We
for
hire the
Memorial
band,
Day.
the rec committee doesn't do anything.
Okay, so take it out of that.
Again, this is an accounting thing, Ted, this is moving it,
Yeah, I know,
integrating
but they're
account.
saying, if you put this money in their budget
Mhm.
and we don't spend it, they feel they have the right to spend the rest of it.
Okay, so you
It
want me
should be taken out of it, they should have no right to that money.
Technically, I mean, bottom line budgeting, I mean, they do have a point.
Well, you know, and as I look at this thing after talking with them tonight, it looks like this account has become the catch-all for odd things, for the misfits.
Well, it's
Yeah,
it's the second to the last account.
No, I know, but it's what it looks like, it looks like
You
they
go to welfare and then you go to library,
yeah,
that's
but
it.
they look like they've become the catch-all. So when we don't know where to put it, or whoever created these things back in the day,
Mhm.
didn't know where to put it, they stuck it into this account.
Well, it
Well,
also
no.
goes by function too, I mean, you know,
Well,
with the
rec
purpose.
used to do Old Home
They
Day.
used to do Old Home
Yeah.
Day,
Right.
and then last year they came to the board and said, we
We
don't
don't
have
want
the
that one."
manpower, we
Yeah.
don't wanna do it anymore. The
Yeah.
board of selectmen nominated new members to be the whole home day committee.
Yeah.
Yes,
And that's the way it used to be a long time ago,
Okay,
so they should have their own,
yeah, they should be there on their own,
their
right?
own
What is it?
category.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Lee, but as I understand it, there is no other category to put them in.
Well, if
I
you-
can put them
Create a
anywhere you want.
category.
Can they be a
If you want me to put it
subcommittee
in the
under-
building department, I can put them
Under
there.
the
If you want me to
rec?
put it in,
Park and Rec?
I'm not gonna create a new account. I'm not gonna
No,
create
can
a
they
whole
be a
new category.
subcommittee under here? So I'm saying, can they be a subcommittee under this? Can you create something like that?
What I'm getting at is with these account numbers, if I only printed a report for you that only included 4 numbers,
Sure.
that's all they would see. And that's all, the bottom line total would be what they see and what they're entitled to.
Okay.
I
If
mean,
you look at the
it's-
Parks and Recreation, the number is 4520, everything's 4520, include Old Home Day, fireworks, Memorial Day,
Where you see that?
right here.
Oh, how come it's not in here?
Because she didn't give it to them that way. Or they photocopied it that way.
I don't know where those numbers came from.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where those numbers come from?
I never seen those
44,
before.
15,
Yeah, put 301,000.
44, where?
no, what's that?
4415,
This is
yeah.
What's this
15?
Memorial Day, 301,000?
Yeah, I don't know.
It could be an export to
Isn't
the
that the-
Excel, I have
No,
no
that's a
idea.
million.
It's a lot of money for the
Right
Memorial.
here, 4415, Salvation Army,
Oh,
Well, it says
so-
it,
welfare.
Memorial Day.
community, yeah.
Okay,
That was a cut and
Look at
paste
the
somewhere
department
else,
budget.
it kind of probably went haywire.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you
that's-
know what
that's
that is?
welfare
That
numbers.
could be
Yeah.
good.
Oh, you
It's
know,
gonna
it was
be very
probably, there was
tough,
something
right?
was over
This is
one
their
of the
budget
other,
right here,
and this
10.7.
was slid over.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
gonna
well,
be
that-
valuable.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is their budget.
Yeah, yeah. This page is hosed. Hmm.
Yeah, so the numbers are on the
Get a
side of
glitch.
garbage.
Okay, so you're gonna say that those first 5 lines will be recreation?
actually.
And
one,
that's
two,
all
three.
they'll see?
One,
That's
two,
correct, I can
three,
print the
four,
budget
five.
exactly that way,
Okay.
So they won't see
it's not-
Memorial Day?
correct. It's just like when you wanna see government buildings, Ted, I show you just one number,
Right,
and that's all you see.
right,
I can do the same, and we're gonna do the same thing for welfare,
okay,
cause she was
Mhm.
confused with a couple of the accounts that are within her category that she's not entitled to,
okay.
but,
Alright, so whole
make it
home
easy.
day, that money,
Okay.
whatever we decide to do, will go to the whole day, home day committee.
correct.
And the fireworks,
I had spoken to JR just today, and I
Yeah.
said, is 4,500 enough?
yeah,
And he actually said if it went away, it wouldn't hurt his feelings. So whether he's talking to the rec committee or deciding that
It's a lot of work.
it's a lot of work for the 15 minutes of fame,
He has a lot of work picking up.
well, it was picking up and then hounding the town office to get somebody to get over there to mow, because the field
right,
was not,
Right,
you
yeah.
know,
So we're gonna pay you to get someone to mow the field.
I think John
John
did it,
Wigan did it.
did it,
He did it for
he
nothing.
volunteered to do it,
yeah.
but,
Someday you're not gonna have
But
them.
you can't count on
Right.
that, right?
right.
I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I mean, I'm fine with not having fireworks.
Yeah, it doesn't break my heart either, cause
I never get to see him at all.
personally, I haven't gone to them in the last 4 years
I'm
anyway.
usually doing dishes.
I actually got to see him last year,
I'm not always in
From my-
Dunbarton on that day.
from my land, and
So we'll charge you.
She's
That's
got
a
one
nice
season.
Anybody that can see him pays $100.
I can hear them from home.
Oh, that's
I
50
can't
bucks.
see them.
That's $50.
so then if we hear complaints after Old Home Day, why do we have fireworks, then we'll
just
revisit
say-
it again, yes?
Well, no, we'll
next
just
year.
say it was recommended from the rec committee.
No, yeah, we're putting them right under the bus.
Cause I can't imagine,
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
3,000 to do fireworks is gonna be 10 minutes worth
Well,
of,
you know, at first I was thinking, that's a good idea, at first I was thinking,
That's a good idea.
if there's a disagreement, we could always put it under a warrant article, but then now I'm thinking, when you get up and explain the budget, you can tell people, we voted, the selectmen voted to eliminate that line, cause we've had people, tell us that they didn't agree. But if you guys are really interested in the fireworks,
amend the bottom line
a
budget.
town meeting, now you got people that can vote and tell you how they feel.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
If you got
That's true.
400 people at the town meeting and 300 of them say, yeah, but they don't want
Alright, good idea,
fireworks.
so we're gonna
400
zero that
people
out.
at the meeting, what town meeting have you been to?
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you go
we've had-
last year?
We've had close to
Yes.
400.
I didn't
Well,
recognize any.
that was because of the one warrant article.
Yeah, one warrant ago.
Yeah.
And then they all disappeared.
So does
Yeah.
everyone agree we're gonna zero
Yeah,
that out?
zero it out.
Yeah, zero it out.
Okay,
and-
You know how many fireworks I could buy at the Atlas store for $4 grand?
I have no idea.
Man, I could.
You could, yeah, but you
Blow a
couldn't,
ton of stuff.
you couldn't buy these fireworks.
Oh, I
You
don't
have to
care,
have
I
a-
can still buy a lot of
yeah,
fireworks.
Yeah, no,
these are
I'd take
special.
them down to the ball field and set those
Yeah.
off.
Okay,
Well, with
so-
some steel
so
pipes and the right
zeroing
kind of
that.
chemicals.
All I
Okay,
need.
Yeah, I'm
Figure
good with
it
zero.
How high do you want them to go?
Okay, full home day, I'm okay, that's what we
Big, long,
normally get,
bright.
right, 3,000?
no, it's usually right in that,
3,500.
3,500.
Okay, so we wanna change that, to
Yeah,
35?
3,500 is okay? Alright.
Yeah.
Now this number that's in here for the Old Home Day, wasn't that a 2-day number?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, this past
5,000.
year, we gave him 5,000.
Alright,
So
so
it
anyway,
bust down like
okay.
rain and poured and
Yeah, I
it
know.
didn't happen.
I did make a note on here about, cause they brought up the fact about, vendor fees and such like that. Did we actually receive any vendor fees?
Well,
from-
the
or was it-
first year they did it, they charged $20 and they got a lot of complaints from the vendors saying it was too expensive. So then they reduced it this year to $10 and
I think they get more than that.
no, cause I collect the money
Per
and it goes,
table?
yeah. And then when they had a 2-day event this year to try to entice them, they didn't feel it was good business to say, I'm gonna charge you $10 each day, so they let them extend their,
Mhm.
come back for the second day if they were interested. I
Really?
don't know what the second day turnout
It
was
was
like.
raining the second day.
It was a washout,
Yeah,
Mm.
it did a rain hard.
cause they tried to send the band over to the Dunbarton reunion.
But I mean, that's up to them, whether they wanna charge vendors or not,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
up
Yeah,
to
but
them.
where's the
Yeah.
money
I
coming,
don't-
where's the money go?
into
To
our,
her, it goes in the
yeah,
general
comes
fund.
here,
It goes in the general fund.
get
Yeah.
general fund, yep.
Personally, I wouldn't charge.
Yeah, but I mean, it's,
It's supposed
I
to be
guess
a
I don't know.
fun family
Right,
event.
right.
right, I guess I'm trying to ask is, I mean, is it a sizable amount? I mean, we're talking about maybe what, $50-$60 or something?
Yeah, that's it,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, it's
That's
not a
what I'm
lot.
saying.
yeah, it's not like $300 or anything like
No.
that, gotcha.
Or 3,000.
Okay, Memorial Day, that's for the band, we've
Yep.
done that for years, so those last three numbers, which now are not part of the rec commission,
Mhm.
so we're gonna have 3,500 and 300, okay?
3,500.
Okay, now, we start back at the beginning, the
Mhm.
basketball. They actually make money on that basketball program.
Well, I looked at the town report from a year ago, they were at 13,000
Right.
and in December, and then this year, in December, they were at, well, actually, this is the one I looked at. I just showed you the statement, they're at $19,000 after they just
Right.
paid their refs
I thought
$1,000.
No, they said they hadn't paid any refs yet.
They don't make that much, they've been, if you look back 4 or
They
5
said they
years,
hadn't paid those things
they
yet.
usually end up with about 4,000.
Well, you said
Yeah.
36 kids at $75 a pop, that's $3,500 basically.
Yep,
But they also have other fees, because if you were to make an accounting of the last 4 years, their checking account went from like less than
Looks like
10,000.
10,000.
It went from less than 10,000 to now where it's 9,000, and they're probably
January,
gonna have to pay a couple of thousand.
19,000.
Yeah.
this one here says
I'm sorry,
cash on hand
10,200.
2013,
Right,
16,000. Then they paid some bills,
right,
okay, and then they ended up with 13,000.
right,
So now we're back to this year's
Yeah,
balance,
$19,000.
which is 19,000.
right.
Well, I just did the math, I mean, I must have hit a fat finger the first time, but $75 times 136 kids is 10,200.
And for them to come and say, well, all our uniforms are all tattered and everything,
Buy some.
and they're sitting on $19,000?
I know,
I mean, I think I would be ashamed if I was a rec member.
yeah,
I agree.
there is one fee that they paid here,
That's probably for the basketball,
that's a rec, I see the invoices,
yeah,
they come through me and they go to Pam,
right.
that's a rec fee. Oh, actually,
That's
I got a
what I mean.
picture right here, yeah,
So I mean,
but they said they didn't pay any, Merrimack Basketball League,
Mhm.
1125.
yeah, it's for them to be part of the league.
Right, that's a league fee. That doesn't include the referees.
Oh, that's a different fee?
But regardless.
I don't think they're gonna spend down $10,000
Oh, they
on
may
fees.
not.
I don't know why they're paying for refs, I mean, when I was doing it, we used to have
Well,
volunteer.
they get all patched refs now for these things. You pay for the refs.
Yep,
Yeah, you don't get, there's no more free refs.
yeah,
Yeah, the junior high and up, I can see patch refs,
Okay.
but, you know,
let's continue.
Well, they're in the league,
fourth,
the
fifth,
league,
and sixth,
the
So,
league tells them
Ted-
what they're gonna do.
yeah,
They're all patched refs now.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Ted, basketball
Well,
line?
to me, if they need money, they should be spending the money in that checking account. I remember when we set that up, that was so they could spend that money without having to come to town. And the idea was, and I know one of the chairman of the selectmen was saying, you spend it down, and if you need money, you come and see us, you know, whenever you spend all that money down. And I know they've been talking about it for 2-3 years, that,
Dugouts and stuff.
no,
The scoreboard.
the scoreboard.
Right.
But now they don't have that responsibility, and they thought it was a 5,000-6,000.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay for that.
That's right, if they're not going to have to pay for
But they
it,
still got the 19,000 in the bank.
yeah.
I mean, why, I don't understand why we're subsidizing that with tax money. They're charging the kids.
I think taxpayers are paying twice, because they're paying for their kid, and then they're paying the taxes to
To support
subsidize.
their budget,
And Pam has said that all along.
oh yeah, it's,
I mean, I'm all for the rec and, you know, if they need stuff, we can get it for them and help them out, but I definitely agree with what you're saying, I mean, you got almost 20 grand there,
No, you can do a lot, 20 grand.
Yeah.
exactly. And I mean, that's the whole purpose of of that fund, I mean, I remember Stephen Buckley sitting right up there saying, you know, when it comes to recreation, you can do this by RSA, blah, blah, and I know we have it set up there where I forget what the RSA is, RSA 35 something or other. And the intent was that the fees collected for recreation programs go into this fund as a revolving account to self-perpetuating so that everything gets covered. Ultimately, that's the perfect scenario. It doesn't happen that way because, you know, a lot of things cost more, so you do have to subsidize it with some tax dollars, depending on your rec program. But, I mean, you're sitting there on a pretty good nest egg.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember when they came to town meeting to set that revolving fund, it was like 8,000 they had in that checking account. That's what they transferred from their,
Oh, for the initial?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like seven grand,
Right.
just barely, yeah.
so it's not like they need that money every year.
I'm not following this, they're,
Beginning, what,
no, you get, I mean, this is last year's, but you get 16 grand in there, they earned $1.38 in interest. They have expenses of $3,032, but they have nothing for registration funds going in as a positive.
that was
Because,
in the wrong, they held the money for.
yeah, I was just gonna say that, because
He came in a paper
He-
bag
yeah,
after January.
as they collect it, they should be bringing it to the town
Absolutely.
office to put in the check. He waits 3 months after he's collected, he comes in with a paper bag full of cash and checks, and say, all right, here's the money I've collected.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
No,
put a
they
stop.
shouldn't be doing that.
And
We
there's
put a
no, the other thing we talked about.
I gave the RSA about the deposits.
Because if they collected that in 2015, they should deposit it in 2015.
Well, he didn't that year, he didn't
He
deposit
never-
Right,
until,
but, yeah, I know, I hear you.
Okay, so what do they deposit in 2015?
it's usually $3,000 to $4,000.
And the other thing is, there's no accountability.
At the end of
Right,
the year.
There's
None.
no,
Sign
these
ups.
are all the kids that
Well,
we
if it's in a bag,
registered, just
yeah.
how much, you know,
Yeah.
who knows how much he collected.
Well, you just said it was $75 a kid here, you sat here and said $75 a kid.
Yeah,
You
he
got
said he did
136 kids.
136 kids.
Well, depending on the age group, this one here was charged $70 and then the kid backed out, so it was a refund of 70. So they range, I've seen a couple that are in the
Well, I mean, you got multiple kids in a
$40,
family.
yeah, that's comes
Absolutely,
into
we always
play,
used to do that too.
yeah, so,
You know, someone can't afford it, you know, there's always a great,
Yeah.
grace, but,
yeah,
Scholarship.
yeah, still true,
okay,
so.
Was there any deposits made?
not this month, but the
No. Oh, that's for this.
that's just for December.
Okay.
Well,
He's a stockbroker.
Allison, you're being recorded.
And,
Still, there should be some accountability.
yeah.
Yeah, oh,
He knows, I sent him the RSA that he has to
Yep.
deposit when he
think he's doing
reaches
better than he did.
$1,000 within so many days, and he understands now.
well, that's good.
Cause this balance sheet here ending in, no, your next, this must be December, I don't see the date on here, but. There was, oh, right up here, this is from December 1 to December 31, and they had 20 grand at the beginning of the month. And then they wrote it, then they had checks for $1,100, almost $1,200. Then they had a deposit for $70, a little bit of interest. So they did spend money, and
Yeah,
ending
that's-
balance at 19.5.
Yeah, and then which, it's the Merrimack Basketball League fee, is what they
Yeah.
spent.
I don't see a name, but they
It's
do have,
here,
She's
but
I
there
have-
are check numbers listed here,
Yeah, she's
so,
I have it right here.
yeah,
I only made the cover, the top sheet.
yeah, that's fine.
copy.
But I'm just saying, they did spend something in January, December, I mean.
Well-
Almost $1,200.
Okay,
I have to say, I'm leaning towards just zeroing out basketball and softball.
Yeah, yeah, they ought to be using,
Yeah, I do that.
using their
And then
book.
if they go with a bowl and stuff like that, they're gonna still pay a fee, so. where's
Well, the
that
fee is a league fee, isn't it, so it
Right.
shouldn't change, I wouldn't
But if
think.
they go through bowl though, they're paying there, but if we're using the town, I mean, we're getting anything back on it? You know? The money doesn't come back for us. The league fee is to pay, you know, to be part of the league and everything, but it
Right.
also goes towards, you know, maintaining the fields and all that stuff, so I mean, some of the money should come back to our field if they're using it.
so you're saying zero out the basketball line?
Yeah,
And so forth.
and softball.
Softball, now, his argument was that he wanted to resurface and work on dugouts,
Mhm.
and you say no, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
because, especially after they see the MOU clearly states that we're in charge of the
Fields are ours.
the
town.
inside of the building, then they don't have to spend that $7,000 they were anticipating, or save it for that purpose.
Right, but
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
So
that's
it's
what I
this.
gotta
but the
say.
ball fields fall under the town,
Right.
not the school.
right,
School's responsible for the school playground, but not the ball fields,
Okay.
recreation fields.
so zero out both those lines?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we'll leave 300, 100, and 1300?
Let's see, Christmas
That's two
is there,
excursions.
so- Yeah.
That doesn't show that the expense there, but
Mhm.
you were on that trip, so.
Yep. Oh, and the
Actually, it was
excursions are good.
$615, that's very reasonable for a
Mhm.
bus trip.
Oh, especially under 2 bus trips like that, absolutely.
Alright, I'll make the adjustment. I'm really fading here quickly, guys, I'm sorry.
Me too.
I'm not feeling well.
Uh-oh,
Right? 10:30? Yeah, it's time. to
it
get
is,
going.
yeah.
Alright,
Alright, that being said, if we don't get this buttoned up by next Thursday, we have to have another meeting before.
When are we gonna discuss the, warrant article?
I know,
Yeah, we didn't get those yet.
we should have another meeting before then. Can we discuss can we review this one that we have in here, and yay it or nay it,
oh, you got a
or
couple things you probably gotta do. Ballot clerk here. And then,
That's- Fred Mullen?
yeah.
Do we wanna pick a,
Not yet.
no, a meeting night?
Let's see, contract,
Maybe we're lucky we won't have to.
no
John
public input,
is,
right?
John Wiggins said that he has another grant like the one that he had in here, potentially,
Oh, good.
that 105 one.
Mhm.
But because it says written as non-lapsing, I have to check with the DRA and see if I can, if it's a little bit less, if I can still use this language. Cause it's the same equipment,
Oh,
it's just a different warrant, different grant. So I have to find
very
out
nice.
what the legality of it
Okay.
is, so.
Alright, from the mailbox here, just pull select few things here, we got an email from Freddie. Confirmed about setting up for the school, that the town can set up for the presidential primary elections after 1 PM on Monday. And, basically set everything up. And then break it down by, first thing, by 10 AM on the 10th.
Yeah.
So, and the same thing.
I had that as a note, we have to get somebody to set them up
Mhm.
and take them down.
Who set up plus?
Last year was
Brad.
Brad and,
Wooten maybe?
Yeah.
no, I thought it was Nickerson,
Oh, is that right? I
I'm
don't know.
sure it was Dave Nickerson. You can
Yeah,
ask
it might have
Brad.
been, I think you're right, Ted, I think it was us too.
Oh, and it worked out well with those two?
Yeah.
So, once you get a hold of them and see if they can do it, they'll have to do it in February and March.
Wait a
Right,
minute,
those
wait, February 8th?
No,
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
in the wrong month, never mind,
So
sorry,
every
my
Friday,
bad.
it's a Monday night.
February 9th's the primary, right?
Right, yeah, I
But
guess
they
so.
do
Yeah,
it-
but they-
They
but
do it in
Feb-
the afternoon.
But February 8th, we have a public hearing.
No, it's a backup date.
Oh, that's the backup date?
That's
Yeah,
a snow day.
besides, we're not
Oops.
involved in,
February 6th is the primary
we don't have to
Or
do
is
it,
it
we have.
Ninth.
your main date for the
No,
budget
that's,
hearing.
that.
No, the
What's
6th
No.
is a Saturday.
The
Oh,
sixth,
6th was a school meeting.
no,
that? Yes,
Yeah.
well, no, the 6th was what was on the town notices
Yeah.
and
originally.
then I changed it, so it's the
Okay, the 3rd,
The
the school has a public
Thursday, the
hearing.
4th.
The 3rd has, the school has a public
I
hearing
was
on the
getting ready to
3rd.
send you an
Right.
email anyways, to
And
remind you.
then we have a selectmen's meeting on the 4th, is that our public hearing?
That's our
That's
public
the
hearing.
public hearing.
Oh,
That's a
that's
Thursday,
ours,
right?
Thursday night,
And we got a
and
plan,
then
And the
the 8th
schools
is
is
our
the
backup
3rd.
date,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, public hearings for the school.
and then the
Schools
9th
is the
is the
day before
election,
ours.
got it.
We got a planning board workshop that
Okay,
day
so
too.
you're gonna get somebody to set them up?
Yeah, I don't have to go
Oh,
through
yeah.
Woody with that, just ask
No.
him? Okay,
No,
cause this isn't transfer station work, it's just
No,
Yeah, it's
another.
outside.
extra curriculum,
Yep, that's,
you know, they do the budget for them.
excuse me, yep.
yeah, there
Okay.
is a separate budget for that.
I mean, if you can't find anybody, I mean, I'll help set them up in the afternoon.
They did it in less than an hour.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, I heard that those voting booths weren't easy to put together.
Come apart and
I heard they were as easy as pie.
yeah, we
take
Took 'em apart, not
special
apart.
training,
It's like a
That's what I
little,
heard.
like a little rector set.
I heard
and
that.
we only have 2 people in town. that know how to
Right, that's
do
what I
the
heard.
training.
I heard rumor to that.
They
effect.
took them apart in no time flat, last election.
Well, the hammer can do anything.
Oh, yeah.
You need a hammer.
Hammer, crowbar, sawzall.
Okay,
Alright, I'm gonna make a motion to, appoint Matthew Laddie, however you want to, as ballot clerk.
I'll second.
Me too.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we can sign this and,
Second of that,
pardon?
I got,
She know who's second. Ted.
we're all getting punch drunk.
Mm.
There we go. So Linda can sign them in on that. And lastly, on the, we have an estimate from Woody from Arch Equipment regarding sandblasting the frame, front to rear, all wheels, and hook lift assembly, prime and paint frame and hook assembly black, wheels green, sand and prep cab seal, and paint green, replace town decal. Repair bent metal in rear and rusted metal, replace both rear fenders and tag fenders, repair or replace both rear light boxes, between 18 and 20 grand.
This on the big carry truck?
Yeah, that's the roll-off.
does any,
You've been asking for that money for, this is a 30 year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll use them.
does anyone, you guys get rid of your trash on Saturdays? You should go inspect that truck, see what it looks like.
I saw it last year and it didn't need to be painted,
I know, it didn't,
but I will be going this Saturday, actually, I do have to go.
Yeah, I
pick
will
up, so-
take a look at it Saturday afternoon. We can't all show up at the same time though, cause we'll have to take damn meeting minutes, so you show up at 1, you
no.
at 2, and I'll show up at 3. We can't be there at the same time.
We'll be like ships in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Just, if you have a chance, swing in and
Yes,
inspect that.
we'll do that.
So we'll table that for now?
Yeah, we'll table it, that you read it.
Now, something like this, does the board have to put that on the warrant? That's not, that's like,
No,
It's
we
not a
don't have
petition,
to.
it's up to us.
Well, I don't think that should go on a warrant article. To me, that's a budget item, it's a need or a want. If it's a need, we should just budget the damn thing. If we all agree that it needs to be done,
Right.
you know?
you think it's a budget item?
Yeah.
I don't,
I thought we just decided last week that any needs and wants, one-time shot, go on a warrant.
It's like the
Hopefully
main,
it's the one
to
time
me, that's
shot.
like the maintenance of this building,
Yeah,
you know, it's,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do if you don't have it? How are you gonna get rid of your trash? To me, it's like this building, what I see it.
No, I mean, that's a valid point, absolutely.
You know, if I didn't have this building, I'd have to go find one we could meet in. If you don't have that truck,
How you gonna read your
I
trash?
mean, you're in big trouble.
Oh, we have to hire it out.
Yeah.
yeah, hire it out. Here's Weir, next to us, who has 3 times our population. They don't own their own roll-off
Well, a
container.
lot of towns don't
They
anymore.
hire
I
somebody.
know, they have waste management or,
No, it's a
someone else
private
managing.
contractor.
Right.
He has his own
yeah,
truck, and he just picks it up, goes dumps it and brings it back.
yeah.
And if you approve that maintenance, then you're gonna have to include rentals, because that truck will be out of service for that period of time that all that work is being done.
Yeah,
Oh,
good.
Correct.
So now you'll have to rent service or something to cover that period.
Yeah, cause that sounds like a pretty major.
Either have to rent a truck or rent a
Well,
service.
the way he explained it 2 years ago, this was what do they call that, an off-frame job.
Yep.
They're gonna take everything off the frame.
Well, that sounds like a big
So that
job.
truck's gonna be out of service for a long time.
Sandblast
Oh, that's
it.
gonna be at least a month's worth.
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah, a month and a half, 6 weeks.
yeah, so that's, yeah, good point, Ron.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pickup truck runs up to
I wanna
the
take a
dump
look at it
station.
first before we go over that thoroughly.
Yeah. You know what, if Woody's there, we should have him give us a walk around on the truck. Seriously.
well, remember what's in
No.
that quote, cause it sounds like a lot of work.
It can't be any worse than my pickup truck.
Yeah,
No, cause you won't even let me shut the doors on that beast. Ted yelled at me.
That's right, the fender might fall.
Yeah. He did yell at me twice.
Alright, what do we got left, we can table this stuff till next week, right?
Alright, do we wanna set another meeting?
I think we should at least, go over the
Warrant.
warrant articles.
Yeah, today's the 21st, right?
Yep.
Just out of curiosity, could you call the, school?
Yeah,
And they had, I think they had their, original warrant article, they had made copies of that, didn't
for
they?
what, the school, for the kitchen fund?
For the kitchen fund.
It's in the book,
It's in the book, yeah.
it's in the annual book. It was
No,
a, it's
when the year that they actually went to school meeting and asked for the warrant article,
yeah,
cause I would like to see whatever it is, that had to be back in the eighties or something.
No,
oh,
no, it
no,
wasn't.
no.
That's
I
more recent
still,
than that.
I was a
I wanna
trustee
see
at
a
the time
copy of
that
that
occurred,
original
so it was
warrant.
before,
It was like, what, 10, 12 years ago maybe?
not that long ago.
No, not even, I think it,
in what
it,
year?
I might have been, I was in, just new in that office, and I would say probably 2008, 2009.
That
I wanna
was
say
what I'm
it's
thinking too,
08.
cause I was a trustee at the time that was,
It's
right?
not that old.
Okay,
I think
find
they're,
out what year they,
Yeah, I think it was 08.
okay.
Alright. Alright. Meeting, schedule.
Yeah.
28th,
Monday, 25th,
Monday the 25th?
works for me.
Let me get anything like that.
Can we start at 6:30? Oh.
Yeah, sure you can, I just won't be here.
Oh, forgot about you.
You can do whatever you want.
Nope, I don't think I have.
Well, usually I'm here about 6:30, so, I mean,
No, that's okay, I forgot.
yeah, I'm trouble, I'm a pain in the butt.
It's 11 o'clock for killing
Oh, I
me.
know. So we're gonna meet on the 25th, is that what we're doing?
Mm,
I guess so.
7 PM, I'll
Yeah,
I'll
works for me.
post it. We have to do it tomorrow, or come in on the weekend and post it.
I'll just get these minutes done, I'll have another set.
Now the first one
Wouldn't
is
want you to be bored, Allison.
warrant articles.
I'll have them ready for them.
Whoops.
Alrighty, is there anything else that you have for us?
Just as a follow-up, how are we doing with the sound system for town meeting?
We're all set.
Oh, yeah,
Dan,
that's right.
Dan
Okay.
Troy said,
Right.
I have
Right, okay.
extra speakers I can install, and he assured me that the extra mics that we were attaching was not the reason why they were screeching or whatever. He
Okay,
said there shouldn't be an issue with that.
okay, good.
I have one. Done, Ted?
Yep.
Okay. Alright?
Yep.
I had a phone call last night. Somebody was curious about, Tim Tarani
Mhm.
and whether or not he's a town resident or not and should be acting on behalf of the town right now. They're concerned with if he's not a town resident and acting on the behalf of the town, if, he should, for whatever reason, somebody not be happy with his action, sue the town. And I said, well, I don't know, cause has it been confirmed that he doesn't live in town anymore?
No,
I
he's
didn't
supposed to
know.
be closing on his house, he's supposed to be closing on his house this week,
So he's still a
but he was
resident?
still a resident.
Oh, okay,
He
well,
was moving
that
stuff.
was the question, whether or not he was
You
still a
have to go-
resident.
You have to go back to the RSA. And
Yeah,
I don't think that there's a requirement that a board of assessor official
I don't know.
needs to be a resident.
Yeah, I didn't know, that's why I'm
And
asking.
I'm not sure of that, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, that's the way you would have to find out. Cause the RSA doesn't say, like, for example, it says the town clerk has to be a resident.
Right,
Yeah,
The tax collector has to be a resident.
yeah.
I'm not sure if these other people have to be residents.
right, can we
Selectmen
find,
have.
So,
can we
well,
find out?
she can find out
Yeah.
real quick.
And if he's still a resident, then it's not a problem, but we ought to find out if he becomes a non-resident Monday morning, can he still fulfill his duties in that position, I guess?
Mhm.
Or for how long you can.
Yeah, for how long even, yeah.
Yeah,
Because is his term up?
yeah, no,
Right,
no, his
it's
is
not.
up next year.
okay, so he's at another year.
So he has to put in a resignation that he's, so that we can post the position.
Right, and that should happen now if he's,
Well,
Good.
That's elected, isn't it?
yes,
it is, but
Yeah.
there's an election coming up and otherwise it'll wind up as a write-in.
or, well, you'll have two that will take and appoint a third.
That's
or
if
we
he
will appoint.
resigns.
Right, yeah, so I think we need to
I'll
find
find
out,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Not
all.
every electric position you had to be a resident of the town.
I don't know,
No.
I don't know,
It's not like appointed like the zoning and planning boards.
Yeah, but I don't remember seeing where every elected official had to be a resident.
Yeah, cause assessors are a little bit different, cause that's a function of the selectmen, but if we choose to go with assessors, then they take that responsibility, but I don't know if there's, you know, whether they're appointed or elected, if that is a factor that have to be a town resident. Some things are kinda squirrely like that, Ron.
I'll find out.
Thank you.
Anything
And
else,
then,
John?
well, I did send an email to everybody earlier, and we can talk about this at another visit, but,
Boy, I'm gonna be out of the conversation.
huh?
You sent an email to everybody?
Oh,
That means I'm gonna be
sorry,
out
I
of
didn't print it, dang, I forgot that there was something dead. This has to do with insurance, after my call to the folks at New Durham, the lady up there put me in touch with a guy from, Harvard Pilgrim,
Oh, yeah, I saw
and he's a
that.
sales guy. But he, had a lot of information, not a fan of the Aflac deal. But they have a relationship with, another little group, something or other, interplanetary something. But they, do municipalities, the small towns anyway. He'd like to talk with us if we want to talk with him. So we can table that for another day, but we should do it.
Sooner than later, yeah, like, it's
Yes.
all part of our ongoing.
Yep. So we should do that, but anyway, yeah, so I did send everybody his email contact.
So that,
So you're gonna invite them?
I think we just need to figure out when we wanna do it, cause right now we're.
not for the
we're
next
talking
week or so.
Belly
Oh.
buttons.
Are you serious?
I said
No,
not.
he said
for
not.
Oh, okay.
No, I know, we're all talking belly
Okay.
buttons with the budget, so.
Monday, Lean,
Oh,
Yeah,
fifth.
Yeah,
Monday
Monday
night.
be a good time.
Monday night.
yeah,
Yeah,
Monday
anything
night.
to go to the order?
okay, I'm
Anyone
good.
else? Everyone else? Okay, if everybody's good, now we're gonna go for public comment. Ron?
Had a couple questions. Who maintains the town website? Can we take hot notices off of there that are 4 months old? Why do I still see the notice there that says your last chance to change your party affiliation?
It's October.
see, when I maintain something on Hot Topics, I put an expiration date to come off the
So nobody's
the day
actually
off.
manually looking at that to say purge old junk.
I try to respect what she's trying to do, but I can see what I will make sure that she knows she needs to put an expiration
Yeah, and
date.
some other things I've seen there are like listed twice.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
there's still that notice out there about you guys on the cemeteries trustees or?
That was mandated by the town attorney.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
And that's gotta stay there?
two of us.
Until further
For the,
notice.
because Brian and I are both,
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
And vice
So
I
versa.
didn't know if that was still in effect or not.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, both cemetery trustees and both selectmen.
yeah.
Okay,
That's it.
cool.
One thing we are looking at is updating the website behind the scenes. We've
Right.
talked with a couple of other website providers. We're gonna talk with Dan Troy here
Next
sometime, is it next week? About modernizing, making it easier for
Oh, when's
behind the
James
scenes
coming?
stuff that
Next
needs
week?
to happen. Cause right now it's ugly to try and do stuff and, you know, there's other features we'd like to be able to offer
Were you
too.
CC'd on that response from Dan?
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd forgotten about it.
Well, he's the technology person, I didn't wanna,
No, it's fine.
That's fine.
but
So
he did,
there'll be some discussion
he went
next
to
week
the link
anyway.
that was, given to us by
Yeah.
that company, and he
Yeah.
said, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
How come you didn't
Okay.
go to begin with?
Well, I think some of it's things that have, come into play since that was built. They may not have been
Been there for a
available
while.
at the time,
Yeah.
so I think, there's new software out there, new things that they can tag onto, and I think that's what we can do for us, I hope.
Yep.
At a reasonable cost.
And the other thing I had, probably isn't you guys, when and if the trustees of the trust fund ever have a meeting, why is it that I've been out of that committee since like 2011?
And you keep getting them
And now I'm getting monthly, quarterly statements from these agencies.
again,
It says so-and-so care of me at my address, and I haven't been on that board for who knows how long.
yeah,
They just started like 4 months ago. I gave them to you once to
Yep.
give to them.
and they got
And
'em.
now,
John
and the
Casey's been
envelopes say address service requested, so I say, return to sender, they don't live here.
Yeah,
And I sent it back, and we did that, last week I sent some stuff back, they were in my mailbox again yesterday. So sent them back again this morning. So, But I don't understand why after 3 years, all of a sudden
I
my
think they just
address is showing up in the
changed-
statements for
Well,
the,
they changed investment companies again,
yeah.
so I'm wondering if maybe you're in the database that when you
Might have-
were a
might have
trustee,
reverted back to an old,
I don't
and they're
know,
just
but
picking up that first
are they
name.
not
Oh.
actually looking at the mailing addresses? I mean, the trustees to actually say, here's what it needs to go to, and,
Oh, John Casey's been very cooperative and very helpful
Okay.
and thorough,
okay.
you know, on that
Cause I'll do them one
but-
more time and then they start going in the shredder.
Okay.
I'm not gonna forward them, I'm not gonna return them.
Would you, can you bring it to me and I will put the hammer down to make sure that they're correct?
Yeah.
Even
So
if
I wasn't
if it
sure.
takes someone from my office to call the bank and say, hey, listen, you guys need to fix this, cause they're gonna end up in the shredder.
Sometimes it goes below that.
Okay.
Sometimes it's way
I'll
up
have
to
someone from my
3/4.
office call
Oh,
the
really?
bank
The staff
before it
tax
goes to
time,
the trustee.
Yeah,
if she made $1,000
Anything else,
a
sir?
million and a half.
not for tonight,
okay.
not the time you have left.
It's nice to see you.
You're all set,
Yeah,
Bob?
it's been a while.
Depending
Yeah.
on
Alright.
401K.
Yeah.
I figured since the budget hearings are coming up, I'd come a little before those to start getting some background stuff of what you guys are doing. To heckle you guys, I haven't done that in a long time.
No, not since last year,
Was that?
I'll heckle you.
not since last year.
Someone did say we had to make
Well,
sure
he'll be
we had,
back he'll be back in a couple of weeks.
oh yeah,
That's why I started coming now, to get
Oh,
some
okay.
background, so what,
Oh,
you
alright.
know, what was gonna happen
Good.
before the budget
we're
hearings.
trying to get the minutes on there pronto, we're
Oh, I
trying.
know, I've been reading the minutes all along,
The first thing
I'm
in the
glad
morning,
somebody does, cause it's a lot of work.
I read them all the time.
a lot of people do, I'm amazed.
Really?
How many people know what's going on when they read these minutes.
It's good. That's better than,
I keep
Cool.
trying to pare them back.
alright folks, we're
I
gonna go
noticed they're
into-
not as long as they used to be when you were doing them, I said, what happened, Allison? Normally
Oh,
they're
I
like
got
50
smart.
pages long.
I'm gonna get smarter too.
So
We're gonna
happens
go
when
into
you
a
get,
non-public to discuss the, town report dedication, so.
Are we allowed to work past midnight?
oh, it's only 10 minutes till
Is there a law
11, we
that
got
says
plenty
we
of
can't
time.
be here past
So-
midnight?
We're gonna get time
Where's
and
your
a half.
recycle bin? Cause I know this is gonna change before
Yeah, right there.
Where the
heck's
before next hearing, so.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, thanks for coming.